The views and opinions in this program are not those of CISA 7 or Spectrum.
All right, we're going to call the meeting to order. I just want to welcome you all to this regular board meeting for December 19th, 2022. Kinsey, will you do the roll call?
McCoy?
Here.
Smith?
Here.
Mills?
Here.
Welch? Here. Becker?
Here.
Leighton and Warren? Here. Lyerly?
Here.
Okay, all board members are present. We are joined tonight by our interim superintendent, Vicki Beyer, and members of her cabinet, and a couple members of our ICSC. Would you go ahead and introduce yourselves, please?
Yep. Hello, I'm Macy Saha. I'm a senior at Preble and I'm the president of Intracity Student Council.
I am Ian Chang and I'm a senior at Preble.
Welcome. Okay, next, will you please join me for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Brian, would you read our mission statement, please? Okay, that's fine. Who? Yes, go ahead.
We educate all students to be college, career, and community ready, inspired to succeed in our diverse world.
Thank you. Sorry, Brian. All right. Next is our land acknowledgement statement, and I'll read that. We, the members of the Green Bay Area Public School District, recognize and honor the original inhabitants of Northeast Wisconsin. Our district lives, works, and learns upon the ancestral homelands of the Menominee and Ho-Chunk nations and the current homeland of Oneida Nation. We acknowledge the 12 diverse and vibrant Wisconsin First Nations who have persevered here since before recorded time and continue to be integral parts of our community. We uphold our responsibility to repair relationships, initiate partnerships, and stand with all First Nation communities. Okay, next is open forum. We start with the Intercity Student Council report.
So for our good news, starting with East, we have the dance team having candy cane grams as a fundraiser. We had the junior class student council hosting a bake sale to raise money. The girls and boys basketball teams are both doing well. They are receiving donations for student council from businesses, and their water bottle drive collected 40 water bottles from the Sports Emporium. And then from Preble, the band and choirs went to Florida to perform at Disney World. Basketball teams are doing well. The girls made championship. The DECA went to Milwaukee and won awards. And the student council will be having a Christmas teacher appreciation breakfast for staff on Friday, handing out food and creating boards with kind notes for teachers from each department.
And then for Southwest, the musical wrapped up and it was the highest grossing musical in 4 years. And then this upcoming week, they have a spirit week. So every day they'll have different dress up days and then a pep rally on Friday. And then at West, They have a candy cane hot chocolate mix fundraiser for the student council. The snowball dance is coming up in February. Tiny Earth research program ended last week with a symposium at Lambeau Field. And then the play also recently ended. And then an update on Intracity Student Council. We had a meeting last night with some really good conversation. So we were really excited about that too.
Okay, thank you very much. Next is the public forum, and we have one person registered to speak, and that is Denise Gummer Hutchinson. Yeah, well, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Okay.
Hi, I'm Denise Gummer Hutchison. I live at 3184 Hermans Road in New Franken, Wisconsin. I'm here tonight to encourage all of the board to please attend the governor's listening session on behalf of Champions of Green Bay Public Schools tomorrow night, and to participate actively in that and talk about the importance of funding special education at least 60% and preferably at a 90% reimbursement, which would match what is being done right now with private voucher schools. And this is really critical that we speak loud and firmly to the governor's listening session so that they understand the importance of funding public education in this next budget, since it didn't happen this last time. And it was detrimental to all the schools and most assuredly detrimental to you guys. So on behalf of the champions in this community, we'd really like to have a lot of people turn out and support this initiative and be part of it, and let the governor's team hear from everybody about the importance of funding public schools. Thank you.
Thank you, Denise. Okay, next, we're going to move on to 3 consent agenda approval. Would someone please read the motion?
I move that the consent agenda items as presented be approved.
Second.
Okay. Any concerns, any questions? Kinsey? Are you both in? You're in? James, are you in? Everyone can vote? Okay.
Online voting is now open. All votes have been entered and the motion is carried with all board members voting in favor.
Okay, motion passes. Next, we move on to action items. And the first item on our list is open enrollment space designation. Before we start what is going to be a series of votes, I just want to mention to anyone who's watching that all of these have been discussed at our last meeting quite thoroughly, and we'll have another opportunity tonight if people have additional things they want to talk about. But it's possible we'll just make our way through these votes. So, but they have been discussed and vetted, and so we're going to start that process now with A.
I move that the open enrollment space designation as presented be approved.
Someone else want to second this one?
Second.
Okay, questions? Okay, Andrew?
So as with many other years, I'm going to vote no on the space designation, and this is philosophical. What everyone should be, what all districts really probably should do is all be open to, if the world we live in is cross-district choice, then all districts should have spots open, and it should all wash out. I respect those who are going to vote differently than me because of the practical concerns of some of these problems. But I think there are cases, at least for some of these categories, where yes, it's hard to get staff. Yes, we have to sometimes get additional staff at extra cost. We also are in a position where we are in declining enrollment that with demographic tendencies that we can't fix. One of the things we can control is how inviting are we to get other people in the district. So I don't believe we should be. I think we should have at least something other than zero here. And so I'm going to vote no on this.
Any further discussion or questions? Kinsey?
Online voting is now open. All votes have been entered and the motion is carried. The results of the individual board member votes are as follows. Smith, yes. Becker, no. McCoy, yes. Leighton and Warren, yes. Welch, yes. Lyerly, yes. Mills, yes.
Thank you. Next.
I move that the print shop equipment lease with Rhyme as presented be approved.
Second.
Questions or discussion? Kinsey?
Online voting is now open. All votes have been entered and the motion is carried with all board members voting in favor.
Thank you.
I move that the purchase of docking stations as presented be approved.
Second.
Questions or discussion? Go ahead.
Can ESSER funds be used for curriculum materials?
Yes.
Anything else? Go ahead, Andrew.
Have we used some ESSER funds for curriculum materials, or have we done it differently? And if so, just a brief recap of why.
Sorry, what?
I'm sorry. I'm not prepared for that tonight. Should I?
Okay.
Yeah, and just as a point of order, that's not relevant to the question that we have a motion on right now, so.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Good catch there. We're talking about the purchase of, yeah, so.
I mean, a person could be, I mean, if the question were worded differently, a person might be trying to have some discussion about the relative value of purchasing the docking stations with ESSER funds versus purchasing something else with it, I suppose. I'm prepared to vote yes, but
okay.
I don't know that it would.
Okay. Kinsey?
Online voting is now open. All votes have been entered and the motion is carried. The results of the individual board member votes are as follows. Smith, yes. Becker, yes. McCoy, yes. Leighton and Warren, yes. Welch, no. Lyerly, yes. Mills, yes.
Next.
I move that the purchase of hover cams as presented be approved.
Second.
Questions? Kinsey?
Online voting is now open. All votes have been entered and the motion is carried. The results of the individual board member votes are as follows. Smith, yes. Becker, yes. McCoy, yes. Leighton and Warren, yes. Welch, no. Lyerly, yes. Mills, yes.
I move that the purchase of screen beams as presented be approved.
Second.
Questions? Kinsey?
Online voting is now open. All votes have been entered and the motion is carried. The results of the individual board member votes are as follows. Smith, yes. Becker, yes. McCoy, yes. Leighton and Warren, yes. Welch, no. Lyerly, yes. Mills, yes.
I move that the purchase of certified staff laptops as presented be approved.
Second.
Questions? Kinsey?
Online voting is now open. All votes have been entered and the motion is carried. The results of the individual board member votes are as follows. Smith, yes. Becker, yes. McCoy, yes. Leighton and Warren, yes. Welch, no. Lyerly, yes. Mills, yes.
I move that the purchase of a new fire alarm system at East High School as presented be approved.
Second.
Questions? Go ahead, Laura.
I just want to acknowledge, I recognize that trustee Welch has asked a question about curriculum and that we're voting on all of these things using ESSER funds. So I just want to acknowledge that I understand your concern in having that shared, and that's something that can go beyond these ESSER funds to look at that further if that's something that you want to bring forward.
Okay, anything else? Kinsey?
Online voting is now open. All votes have been entered and the motion is carried with all board members voting in favor.
I move that the revisions to the individual contract templates as presented be approved.
Second.
Questions? Kinsey?
Online voting is now open. All votes have been entered and the motion is carried with all board members voting in favor.
I move that the revisions to Rule 453.41 administering medication procedures as presented be approved.
Second.
Questions? Kinsey?
Online voting is now open. All votes have been entered and the motion is carried with all board members voting in favor.
I move that the adoption of Rule 453.43 staff administration of naloxone, Narcan as presented be approved.
Second.
Questions? Kinsey?
Online voting is now open. All votes have been entered and the motion is carried with all board members voting in favor.
Okay, then I move that the revision to Rule 433 interdistrict transfer procedures as presented be approved.
Second.
Questions? Kinsey?
Online voting is now open. All votes have been entered and the motion is carried with all board members voting in favor.
Very good. Again, all those items had been discussed at a previous meeting and we were able to get through that rather quickly. That's pretty much our agenda tonight. So thank you all for coming. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.
You have been watching the Green Bay Area Public School District's Board of Education meeting. Please visit the school district's website, www.gbaps.org, to view the program again. If you cannot fully access the information on this video, please let us know the accessibility issue you are having by calling 920-448-2025 or by email at communications@gbaps.org. We will try to provide the information to you in an alternative format and/or make the necessary improvements to make the information accessible.